Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of English Brew Podcast. I'm Mason, and I'm here with Selena. How's it going, Selena?
Hey Mason, I'm doing well, excited for today's episode. So, we're diving into a pretty classic scenario for anyone in sales, right? The dreaded sales meeting with the boss breathing down your neck, demanding solutions.
Oh yeah, you can just feel that pressure, can't you? We've got some really practical English for folks who want to talk about sales strategies, how to make and respond to suggestions, push back on ideas, all that good stuff.
Yeah, the kind of language you'd actually hear in a real meeting, not just in a textbook. Speaking of, we should probably set the table with the two keywords from today's lesson. Want to kick us off, Mason?
Sure thing. First up, drive sales. Pretty basic, but super important. It just means to increase sales. If someone says, "How can we drive sales?" they're asking, "How can we sell more?" Easy, right?
Totally. And the second one, maybe a little confusing for some learners, is promotion. We're not talking about getting a job promotion, climbing up the ladder. We mean a marketing strategy, like a sale in a store. Oh, buy one shampoo, get one free. That's a 2-for-1 promotion.
Right, or making something cheaper for a limited time, like this week only, it's $4 instead of $5. Both ways you're trying to, drive sales by getting people's attention.
Exactly. So, with those two in mind, drive sales and promotion, let's dig into some real meeting dialogue and pull out the English you're going to hear.
Yeah, and fair warning, the manager in this dialogue, he's a piece of work. But you'll learn plenty of useful phrases, that's for sure.
Let's break down some phrases from the dialogue that are super useful in business, starting with match the competitors. Mason, you want to explain that one?
Yeah, totally. So, match the competitors just means to be as good as, or maybe even better than, other companies in your industry. Usually with stuff like price, quality, whatever. If you say, "We need to match the competitors' prices," you mean you don't want to be more expensive than the others. Simple, but it comes up all the time.
Or someone might ask, can we match their quality and keep our costs low? Just making sure you're keeping up with the rest of the market. Speaking of in the market, that was another phrase from this lesson.
Yeah, in the market is just another way to say in this industry. Like, that's the best product in the market. Or, I don't know, our company has the fastest service in the market. It's a bit of a catch-all, but useful for sounding like you've been in a few meetings.
There's also, it'll never fly. Okay, so this one's funny. We're not talking about airplanes here, obviously. It just means this idea won't work. Like, your plan to sell bikinis in Alaska? That'll never fly. Sorry if someone out there sells bikinis in Alaska.
Hey, you never know, Selena. Maybe climate change. Wait, actually, let's not go down that road. But yeah, saying "it'll never fly" is a quick way to reject an idea without being super direct. And you'll hear it a lot in meetings.
All right, let's dig into some phrases that'll just make you sound more, like you really belong in a sales meeting. The first one, be here any minute. Instead of saying, "he'll arrive soon," you say, "he'll be here any minute." Simple, but it sounds more natural.
Right, you just drop that in. The CEO will be here any minute. It adds like a bit of urgency or expectation. And then there's consider. We heard, that sounds like something we should consider. It's a great option instead of always saying think about. Kind of makes you sound more professional too. Like, should we consider lowering the price?
Exactly. And ways to boost that professional-sounding English are gold in a business setting. And then, brilliant, like, that's a brilliant idea. A bit more British, I think, but honestly, if you want to give a compliment some extra oomph, brilliant just hits different, doesn't it?
It really does. If my boss said, "That's a brilliant plan, Mason," I'd probably remember that. Or at least I'd feel a little fancy for the rest of the day. So feel free to use that one, even if you're not sipping tea.
So, Mason, let's talk about the manager in the dialogue. Honestly, he's not exactly a role model, huh?
No, I'd say he was the opposite. You could tell the whole team's nervous to speak up, and he just shuts people down with bad idea or give me something better. I mean, we've all had a boss like that at some point, right?
Yeah, and honestly, if you're trying to drive sales or do anything creative, really, that's the worst kind of environment to have. Good managers support the team, encourage them to throw out ideas, even if some of them, might never fly.
Totally. My first boss was kind of the opposite. Knew everyone's name, made you feel like what you said mattered. And you just want to work harder for someone like that. It's a big deal.
Absolutely. If you're a manager and you're listening, cheer your people on. That's how you get the best out of them. And hey, if you've got a story about a great or a not-so-great manager, let us know because, honestly, we learn as much from those horror stories as from the good ones.
All right, I think that's a good spot to wrap it up for today. Quick review. We talked about driving sales, promotions, matching competitors, in the market, it'll never fly, and some other phrases you can use next time you're sitting in a sales meeting, hopefully with a supportive manager.
Yeah, and next episode, we'll dig into even more business English that you can actually use, not just memorize. Mason, thanks for chatting as always.
Anytime, Selena. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Practice those phrases, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye for now.